The FBI is on the case of a missing Texas man they say bragged about stealing thousands of dollars from a Mexican cartel and then disappeared just 2 hours later.
Why would you steal thousands of dollars from a cartel and then brag about it? Do you not know the implications, the ramifications from that? You're dead. You're a dead man at that point.
Federal court documents are revealing that several men kidnapped the victim from a house in Laredo, Texas, then took him across the border into Mexico.
The fact that several men pulled up to his house, beat him up, and then took him across the border to Mexico, he fucked around and he found out. That is never something you should do. You should never get involved in the cartel. It's stupidly easy to get involved in the cartel. People think it's like really hard. Mainly if you live on a border state, it's stupid easy to get involved into a cartel. Gigs for sale where, you know, a driver gig, you know, you can start transporting live humans. And, you know, that's, you know, a recruitment tactic. There's so many recruitment tactics, you know, and this man was involved. He paid the ultimate price because he thought he could really go behind them. You know, maybe he could have took the 50 racks and slid somewhere else. The fact is he bragged about it.
One person under arrest so far. News Nation correspondent Jorge Ventura joining us live with this. And Jorge, this American has been missing for more than 2 weeks now.
Yeah, Natasha, that's right. That Texas man, his name is Eric Tato Ramirez. He was allegedly bragging about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican drug cartel. Well, 2 hours later, he's gone. He was kidnapped and is still missing. Now, according to witnesses, they overheard Ramirez bragging on a phone call to an unknown woman at a house party on March 23rd in Laredo. He was bragging about stealing $50,000 from the Cartel del Noreste cartel.
Bragging about it at a party to a girl on the phone. That's what ended it all. My man lost it all for kudos points at a party. And not even 2 hours later, his own boys, or that girl, someone who heard him bragging about stealing 50 racks from the cartel they probably all were a part of, they turned on him, you know, probably for the better. They probably weren't trying to end up on a live leak video like him. They snitched him out. Not even 2 hours later, he was beaten up and taken across the border. And it's been, I think they said 2 weeks or something like that. No word from him. I think it's safe to say he's gone. There's that saying, you know, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
In Mexico. After that, he was beaten up, taken by armed men and into Mexico. Now, according to witnesses, they actually arrived less than 2 hours later. The marked masked men, the assaulted Ramirez, according to the FBI. You can actually see the image of the home where the kidnapping took place. Now, according to reports, the vehicle then crossed into Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. This is what makes this case particularly unique, where you see a kidnapping on American soil and then brought into Mexico. This is particularly unique. A report also says that his face was bloody. He was actually attempting to escape the vehicle while it was driving.
So it looks he knew his life was probably over. However, they got the witness accounts to him beating and trying to get out of the car with a bloody face. You know, I'm sure he knew that, you know, if they got to the destination, he was probably gone. You know, that's like one of the biggest rules about being kidnapped is, you know, you have to put up the biggest fight while it's happening, because the second you get to the destination, probably no bueno.
Authorities determined that that vehicle was registered to the mother of Jonathan Carvales. He is a suspect. Now, Carvales reportedly told investigators he drove into Mexico with a kidnapped victim along with 3 other people, and that he was aware that Ramirez allegedly stole that $50,000 from Cartel del Noreste.
Now, the fact that they got the van or the car that took him to Mexico and it was registered in the United States to someone from the United States is crazy. So that just goes to show you again, somebody that was working for the cartel, the same cartel he was working for, and I don't know why he would brag about it to people that work in the cartel with him. That's probably the dumbest thing he could have done. You know, who's to say that maybe he could have stolen it and not said anything, and yes, they probably would have just lost it. You know, $50,000 to a certain cartel is absolutely nothing. The fact that he went around and bragged, one of their biggest things is respect. So you go and you smear their fucking name like that, they're gonna end up retaliating in probably the worst way possible, giving you something worse than death. Don't get involved in the cartels. Don't get involved in the shady business. You know, anything you put into the universe is going to come back to you in some way or another.
The rest of the men, as of right now, are still remaining at large. Carvelis is the only suspect right now that's been arrested in connection to that kidnapping. Now, he was detained by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol officials after he crossed back into the U.S. on March 27th with the same pickup truck that he committed the crime. He's right now the only individual charged with that kidnapping. We're still waiting for more details on that, but pretty unique situation, Natasha, seeing this type of kidnapping take place from American soil and into Mexico.
You know what's absolutely crazy? They'll probably never find the other men that were involved. They could have probably even been citizens from Mexico. There's probably no finding them or linking that or finding the body, especially the fact that it went to Mexico. You know how many murders go unsolved in Mexico? It's crazy. I think he's fucked, unfortunately. I can't say that I feel absolutely sorry for him because, you know, he ultimately chose to go down that path and chose to brag like that. You know, if I went down that path, I sure as hell would not be bragging like that. You know, the people who fall into it, you know how it goes. Anyways, guys, I thought this video was interesting. I wanted to switch up some content, you know, make a little reaction type piece. If you guys like this style of content, want to see any more of it, or if anybody even actually sees this or makes it to the end, you know, drop a comment. Let me know if you made it this far. I don't think anybody's ever made it like to the end in any of my videos. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.